Shane's secret podcast. We call that the Old Testament. Back when every episode was pure gold with Shane Gillis, our big kahuna, and Matt McCusker bringing the heat every time. Every episode was a non-stop laugh fest, the kind that kept you hooked and coming back for more. Shane and Matt were on fire, and so were we. But now, it's a different story. What used to be a comedy powerhouse is now just another cash grab. Half the time, Shane's not even there. Instead, we get Matt's unfunny fart friends, guests, and Lamar, the stoner producer who can't get anything right. The spark is gone, replaced by mediocrity and degeneracy.
Very, very well connected. You are officially blacklisted for smashing my wife again. Show some respect.
Lamorp's a mess, a stoner who shouldn't be anywhere near a mic, and Matt's so-called friends. They make watching paint dry look exciting. It's like the world stopped turning. The red-hot energy faded to a rusty haze, leaving us with a shell of what MSSP used to be. But fear not. We're here to keep the spirit of the Old Testament alive. We're all about those legendary moments, the laughs and the killer chemistry that made MSSP great. Will the pod ever return to its roots, its origin, its fan base? I do not know, nor do I dare to hope. But wherever there is darkness, there will be the light to meet it. Welcome to the channel where the Old Testament lives on. Relive the magic, the mayhem, genius of Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker. Enjoy, my brothers, enjoy.
I could literally start immediately. I could start immediately. How you like that, dude? We on, baby. You've been on the move, man.
I have. It's been a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of traveling.
Yeah, man. I had to hold down the fort last week.
I appreciate it. I was at the Mall of America again. It actually was pretty good this time.
Was it really?
Yeah. I thought it sucked last time because it was
sick.
September in a pandemic. So like it was pretty empty, and I was like, this sucks. And then this time it was full.
The shots of it looked cool as
fun.
hell.
Yeah. It was good.
I thought when you described it to me, I'm thinking like when I think of bad comedy places, I can conjure up some like very hellish scenes.
Yeah.
So I was like drumming up some scenes. And I saw a picture.
No. It's good.
No, yeah, you're in the pandemic.
I made a mistake.
I was like genuinely.
Went back to the TGI Fridays though.
The TGI Fridays?
The Mall of America TGI Fridays.
You held it down?
Held it down. This time I had to defend my honor. I played Dragula 12.
You played it this time?
I had to. I was like, I have to do it. I have to redeem myself. Dragula.
For your
I
tall
stole
tale.
Dragula, Valor. I said it to you on the phone once, and I just broke my heart that I fibbed.
It happens,
I didn't play Dragula the first time. Someone else did.
Yeah, but dude, would he have
This
represented?
time, he represented. The clique was strong that night. There was like 5 of us spread out.
That was during the middle of the pandemic,
September 20th.
When you would tell me about doing those shows at first, I'd be like, "That's crazy." I was imagining everyone is like masked up and like just like 4 people in a room.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Most of the places were fine, but Dragula, when it was like me and 5 dudes spread out in a TGI Fridays on like a Thursday in Minnesota,
just traveling,
everybody at their own
dude.
table, just getting beers this tall, getting fucking trashed. Someone's playing Dragula. So I played it, I'd say 4 straight times.
You played it 4 straight times?
I played it maybe 5 straight.
Were you going up and doing it, or were you hitting from your phone?
I was in the distance. I was sniping.
You're sniping from your phone.
And then finally a guy, one of the 4th, no one noticed. I was like, no one notices. So then what
was the scene? How many people were there?
A lot.
Oh, it was packed.
TGI Fridays is where all the industry, all the service industry goes to hang out afterwards.
Really?
So all the fine ass are in there.
Damn, all the waitresses.
All the
service
people of color waitresses were in there.
Really?
Fine people of color.
Damn. Dude.
Yes, and they were.
That's
You know, it
respectful
was
as hell
party
of you to
time.
say.
Yeah, of course, all these people of color, and
Doesn't that sound worse?
it's way
than saying
worse.
black people.
There's so many colored people in there.
There's so many people of colored skin. It's like, dude, what?
Yeah, I like to describe people on their skin immediately. But the first couple waves of Dragula, no one noticed. The waves, but I overdid it on the touch. I played it too many times in a row.
Yeah, you got greedy.
So finally, this guy was sitting with his girlfriend. He was like from us to the Stoners, and I saw him perk his head up when Dragula came on again, and I was like, "Yo, you like Dragula?" And he was like, "Is that you playing this?" And I was like, "No."
Who was this dude?
Just a random guy on a date. He was like, and then he was like, "I had a long day at work. I don't like it that much."
Damn.
He heard it like 6 times.
Were the
And then I
original
was stuck.
five? Were the
I was
original
stuck.
5 there? Or was it
The
just
men
you?
probably.
Were you the only surviving member of the
No,
original
they were
five?
probably there. I just couldn't see. They blended in. Also, it was Eid Mubarak, my friend, and Minnesota is packed with Somalis. So TGI Fridays was bumping with Somalis,
Yes, dude.
Muslims, people of color, Muslim people of
It
color.
was a melting pot, dude.
It was a melting pot, and Dragula was bringing us together.
Yes.
And
And then
little
some
did I know.
dickhead on a
And
date
some white was like,
Motherfucker.
"Who's playing Dragula?"
trying to control everything. Trying to
Fucking
control.
loser,
Everyone's
of course.
vibing to Dragula.
Everybody was
Dude. How many
vibing.
viral videos are probably dudes on like dancing to Dragula? Be like, dude, this
Just
is
hot young women of color dancing, dig through the ditches and burn. It was a fucking vibe. It was so vibey.
Dude, the vibe was so
And
good.
then
Some white asshole.
and then some
dude.
white fucking devil was like, "Who's playing that?" And I was like, "Do you like it?" And he was like, "Is that you?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "It's definitely you." I was like, "Well, it's not."
What was his date
And then
She probably wanted to fuck you. Well, she was covering her head.
yeah, it was a scene. And then I didn't realize I had played it like 3 more times.
How many
It was
more?
loaded up.
How many more?
So after I like fought somebody, I was like, "I'm sorry." It just kept that intro is so funny to hear. That like weird. I forget. I don't even know what noise that is. And then
How's the intro go?
I don't even know how to describe it. The beginning of Dragula is like
I gotta find it.
no before the guitar. It's like a weird like. I don't know. Mm.
Hold on. Let's actually just get the.
Yeah, you need to paint a picture here. Think of this: Muslims, women of color, TGI Fridays. Now think of a dude going like that. He's like, "God damn it! I just want to enjoy my burger." So then here's what I was doing, dude. Yeah.
It
So
just gets
then-
spooky as hell.
It's
out
so
of nowhere, dude.
spooky. And then what you gotta do a lot of guys think they're good with the touch tunes, what you gotta do is you gotta get the people going. So you gotta
Sure.
toss in like a remix to Ignition
For sure.
or like a I'm Real remix. A
Yeah.
lot of remixes.
Yeah, definitely.
But once you put on a song that everybody loves,
Yeah.
they're all
paying
like,
attention.
"Woo!" They all start dancing and having
So you're
fun.
DJing the
and
party.
then you hit a Dragula. You bring them back in with a fucking Dragula. I'm a counterpuncher on the
So
touch
you're
tunes.
DJing this party.
I DJ'd the TGI Fridays, and then people started.
You might be DJI Fridays. Dude.
DJI Fridays.
DJI Fridays, dude.
That's a pretty sick name. So yeah, I was DJing it, and we went out with me and my lady went out with 2 fans after the show.
Nice.
2 lucky fellas,
Yeah,
and then they got to witness me and my lady getting a fight. I was like, "Oh, you done talking? We're not talking for the rest of the
Was
night."
this after Dragula?
This is, during Dragula. There was no after. I left with about 4 Dragulas in the chamber. So yeah, if you listen to this and
the
you
manager
have
has to reset it with the key. If there's too many Dragulas lined up, the manager has to come out of the back and like undo the
the
Dragula
waitress
key.
was upset. Our waitress was upset
Why?
because she was like, "Is that you doing that?" And yeah, it was nice to get a domestic in front of 2 fans.
Oh, and they had to
2
sit there
dudes
like,
were like, "This is a cool night. We get to go out after the show." And then I was just like, "Oh, you want to not talk? What happened? What are you mad at?" Yeah, it was good.
oh,
Good night.
damn, dude.
Yeah, and then you just call the hotel and they pick you up in a bus.
What?
It's great. I don't know why I was complaining.
You
about
might be
this. Mall of
Dragula,
America
dude.
rules, dude. I was Dragula. You
You are
just call the
Dragula.
hotel. You're like, "All right, I'm done at TGI Fridays," and they bring a shuttle to pick you up.
A huge shuttle.
Yeah, huge. Yeah, it's the sickest move. You get blacked out,
Yeah.
leave TGI Fridays in a bus. People are like, "Who was that guy?"
Damn.
Yes.
That fucking rules. That's
Yes.
that's as good of a weekend as you can
That
have.
was a victory.
How did you guys make amends on the bus?
Yeah, we made amends because she started trying to give the guy directions. And I was like,
Oh boy.
ain't that a woman? It was a person of color
How do
bus
you
driver. He was a
Probably a
male person of color. I don't want to assume. But I think he had a fucking dick and nuts. I'd hate to assume he had a cock, but I think he did.
Sure.
Yeah, me and him had a good laugh.
Really?
Yeah, I broke down
She
that
came around.
icy queen. She was trying
Yeah.
to silent treatment. She was like, don't you go this way? And I was just like, the guy drives a fucking bus.
He only goes from
This
here
is
to
the only
there.
place he goes.
Yeah.
You don't think he knows? It
Oh,
was great.
Brittany used to do that to me. I'll be like, driving to my parents' house, and she'd never been there before. Like, I think we're going the wrong way, and I'm like, dude, you grew up like 6-hour flight.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
It's like a 6-hour drive. You're gonna tell me how to get to my parents' house from the place I've been living for 15 years?
It's not a
Then
male.
I make one wrong turn. And I'm like,
Yeah, the GPS. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
big onto Google Maps. Google Maps destroys bays and dads.
oh,
Dads hate the Google Maps.
kills them, dude.
My dad gives me directions
Oh.
every day.
Their directions are even worse than MapQuest. Remember, you
Yeah,
had to print
yeah,
out
yeah,
the
you had to print
MapQuest
it
and be
out.
like, "Do we turn? Does the road? You'd have to like mentally gauge 0.8
Yeah, yeah,
miles,
yeah.
and you're like, I don't know, dude. I think we passed it." Dad directions are, I mean, it's just like gas stations that aren't there anymore.
Oh,
You're like,
God.
dude, no, there's a Shell or there's a Sicko. It's down there, and you make the left over there.
What you're gonna want to do is take a right down there. Yeah.
Yeah, they and as soon as like, I'll just pull it up my phone. No. Like, listen. Here, I'm gonna tell you how to get there. It's like, just give me the address. I don't know the address. It's like,
Yeah. It was
that
a
must
good
have been
trip.
crazy navigating with maps. I thought about that because I go to a wedding this weekend.
What,
Like-
taking a literal map out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was little, I used to have to hold the map for my dad.
yeah, I
and
remember
was
that.
like,
We had
this-
an atlas,
yeah, he'd be like, what street are we on? I'm like, I have no fucking clue, dude.
right? Atlas? That's what I'm looking
Was
for,
it
right?
Road Atlas?
Yeah, Road Atlas. Yeah, it's pretty tight.
I had to pull it out and just be like, he'd be like, what street are we on? I'm like, I don't
You'd
know.
have to like flip through like Missouri, Montana,
Yeah.
Mississippi. Like we're
It's
in
like,
Pennsylvania.
Dude, I don't know. This is a bunch of little lines, dude. That's a sick weekend, though.
It was. Flew back. The guy on the flight in front of me was playing Total War, my game. I've never
What?
even seen it in public.
How do you
I
play?
was fuming. I was so jealous. I didn't bring my laptop.
How was he playing on the flight?
He had his laptop.
Oh, with Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I was just
Were you
I
peeping
was
it?
peeping in between the seats.
Were you?
Just watching how he played it.
What would you get any new? Like, what'd you think?
He was all right.
Was he?
He was all right. He was playing Medieval too. It's a pretty sick game.
Ooh.
Yeah. But he was France. I saw the map. He went from the Iberian Peninsula. He was running into the Holy Roman Empire.
What?
Phew.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're giving you the shivers. You're like, ooh, whoa, dude. Careful.
Yeah, it was a good trip.
Damn, that's awesome.
Nice trip.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, man.
Oh, before the podcast, we were talking about the offensive lineman in the intro is Quentin Nelson.
Yep. How crazy
Elite.
is that? I just picked your favorite offensive lineman.
It's crazy.
Just blindly.
It is crazy.
Crazy.
And then people were like, somebody DM'd me and was like, yo, is that you?
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, definitely.
obviously.
I played for the Colts. I'm the best offensive lineman in the NFL. But he's a jacked man. Look him up. He's a handsome fella. And
He is.
what do you think he would do to you? Matt asked me what do you think his top sexual move was?
Well, he's like a
He's the ultimate bear.
he is. He's a
I mean,
bear.
he's a grizzly.
He's like a dude who's so big he's hot by default.
Yeah.
So he could have any face.
And he's
it's
not like bodybuilder
No.
retarded jacked where they look
He's bear.
insane. He's like
He's bear jack.
yes. Oh God, what that guy would do to you.
I mean, I was more curious of like how he makes love to a woman. You kind of like
I
flipped
did
it on-
switch it to what he could do to me.
Which he could. That's the thing. That's also true.
And he could do one of those things where they hold you up.
He
From the
could
back,
hold,
he'd
yeah.
put his hands onto the back of my knees and hold me in the air.
He could hold you like that and grip you by your buttocks. He would palm each of your butt cheeks and just fucking level you, dude.
What?
I'm saying
What?
he's physically capable of that. He's absolutely
way.
physically capable of holding you up and just by
Yeah.
each cheek and just.
I think I would be a hard rape for a lot of people, but he's one of the few. That's
I'm not
just,
assuming he's raping you. I'm assuming it's consensual.
There's no choice. There is literally zero choice.
That must suck.
I would be
dude.
I think he'd be a tough rape.
We're just talking a man-to-man rape here, but like getting
Yes.
raped by a standing.
We're talking about the kind of rape you can joke about.
Exactly.
Male on male,
The very funny kind.
the funniest kind.
Dude, of him, imagine that had to happen to a dude who's like, stop, put me down. The guy's
Oh, guy in air getting.
hammering him. in air.
I mean, technically, there has to have been a bunch of midgets that have been raped throughout history.
Oh yeah. You think you would hold? You think you'd do
Yeah.
like an air doggy or just like the
Air doggy.
air
You and your
doggy's
boy?
tough, dude? Because they're not going to bend in half. If you hold a midget like that, they're not going to fold. The
Yeah, they
percent
don't
of gravity is perfect.
They're
They just lay perfectly like a 90-degree angle. you just air doggy them, dude.
All right, we'll change topics. My bad. I just think it's funny to imagine what Q would do to us. Quentin Nelson, dude. Sick
could
nickname.
fuck us both.
Sick nickname these days.
He would hold me.
Q.
He would hold me with one arm, and he would just take you out. And I would have to the whole time watch,
He
knowing I
could
was
bear
next.
hug both of us. He'd be like Goro.
You think he could stack us?
Yes.
He'd be stacked
He
bottom.
could stack us and hold us.
Oh my god! Dude.
I would get into it. I would 69 you. I'd be underneath. I'd be watching.
You start fucking with me.
I'd watch the penetration in front of me. Just trying to catch any drops I could get.
True, I'd probably lick his sweat and stuff.
Quentin Nelson.
We'd both be front row at the next game. Be like, dude, go Colts, let's go. That'd be our settlement. How do you think the thing would go down from like us? He'd probably enlisted us for a massage. Like,
Oh,
I need
you
a
think he'd hit us
two-bro
with the
massage.
Watson?
Yeah, he hit us with a small towel. Remove
Yeah.
it, dude.
I don't know. That's what Sandusky was doing. He was quieting the kids with some fucking box seats and shit.
Was he really? Jesus.
Yeah.
I got to hit I was at a wedding on
Oh yeah.
Saturday. It was a
Yeah.
blast. But they I believe the bride was from Penn State, and then I think one of my cousins went to Penn State, so he started doing the Penn State stuff, and I just got up real quick between him and his girlfriend. Maybe she went, I don't know. Just crop dusted him with a Sandusky Joe New right by them. Got him my
Wow.
table. Joe New walked right back to my table.
Nice.
Pretty fun. That's
They hate that.
he laughed. He had a good.
All right, good.
Yeah,
He
it's Frankie.
fake laughed.
Frankie had a good.
Oh, all right.
Frankie
all
laughed
right,
it
all
up.
right, all right.
But I walked by. Joe New right by him.
Joe did know.
He did.
He knew
So,
all
yeah,
about
I had to settle that down. I couldn't have that on my side of the wedding. I was like, no.
it. No, that's
Nah.
Penn State weddings. Good God. We are Penn State.
Pedophiles.
We are. Yeah, you guys rape.
We are
rape kids.
complicit in horrible crimes.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as a West Virginia wedding. You ever go to one of those?
No.
People that went to WVU,
Not what
they
do.
they sing country roads. They all
Really?
get together in a circle, lock arms, and sing country roads. Isn't that the name of the song? Johnny Denver?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I've never
Take
got.
me home.
This wasn't like a full on. I've met
met
couples who were like full on like blue and white party type things. This was like a small uprising. This was a couple
Oh,
people.
okay. It was
and
only a couple.
I had to just stifle what I could on my side.
Yeah.
I couldn't cover the whole ground. I should have grabbed the mic and be like, just to throw this out there, guys. You know,
Yeah.
we should.
Yeah, you should have ripped the mic
Moment of silence.
and be like, DJ, play it.
There's a band.
Dragula comes in.
Oh fuck! Cool down the party.